Okay. So one of the things that I think is super fascinating is homes in movies or TV shows. And so there's two different ways that they film, and they'll actually film on location where they find a home in a neighborhood and they'll use just the facade of it, or sometimes they use the whole thing. Like Yellowstone right now, at the time of this recording, is about to end this season, and they actually film in the house, on the ranch, in the barns. Like their set is a live working farm,
stationary
ranch,
there,
yeah.
right?
Where like Grey's Anatomy, for example, they just build the front of a house and it's on a soundstage or, on their lot.
Okay.
And that's where they film.
Okay.
So I found 12 different houses that are famous houses, and I'm going to see if you recognize them. And I'm going to tell you about the real house, because all of these are actual homes in the United States.
So I feel like I'm being tested.
One is not in the United States. Let's see if you know it.
Not sure how well I'm going to do on this, but let's see.
All right, here's the first one.
Oh, that looks like the house from Full House in San Francisco.
It is.
Right?
So this is a Full house. And actually, it is just what they used for the exterior shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then they recreated it on the Warner Brothers lot for when they did Fuller House.
Right.
And I saw it when I went and did a WB tour a couple years ago, which was pretty cool. But the real house is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath house. It's 3,728 square feet, and it sits at 1709 Broderick Street in San Francisco. And it is valued at $6.3 million.
You think it's worth more because of the notoriety of what the house is?
So there was only a couple of those in this entire stack that were worth more because of the notoriety of the house. Yeah. A lot of them had recently sold for not much money, even though it was like an iconic, to me at least, house.
Yeah, I can see that.
But San Francisco, I don't feel like that's outrageously priced.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably pretty norm for there, especially with the size of that house and everything.
Yeah. Okay, so you got 1 point.
Yay!
All right, here is the next one. This one's the closest one to our location currently.
Yeah, because it looks like it's down in South Park, actually. It looks like a house down there. I have no idea what that's an image of.
So it's actually a museum now, and it's the Christmas Story House up in Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Christmas Story House is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's only 896 square feet.
Oh, wow.
And its address is 3159 West 11th Street in Cleveland.
So 4 bedrooms and 800 square feet, that is tiny.
Yeah, so actually the previous owner purchased it for $150,000 in 2004, and he found it on eBay on an auction. That's when he got it.
Legit, huh?
So he decided to make it a Christmas Story museum that you can go to, especially now around the holidays, and opened it as a tourist attraction in 2006. And he sold it a couple years ago, I believe, for around $10 million.
What?
However, the amount has not been disclosed, the exact amount.
Wow.
Yeah. So
What?
this is the one that for sure has the most notoriety in price. Where it went up.
So in other words, if I inherit all of this stuff that I don't really want to get rid of, I just buy a little tiny house and open up a museum and make money on it?
If there was like an iconic Christmas movie film there, maybe.
Okay.
So you
Goals.
Don't get a point on this one.
Rats.
All right.
I feel like I could take you to a house down in South Park that would look just like that, though.
I know.
That's funny.
You could tell people like, hey, guess what was filmed here? And they'd be like, oh my God.
Right?
So cool. Yeah. Anyway.
Does this house look familiar? It looks vaguely familiar, but could I tell you what it was?
So it's probably a show, I'll give you a hint, that your kids watched. And there was a teacher neighbor next door.
Yeah, not drawing it.
Boy Meets World.
Okay.
So that house sits at 4196 Colfax Avenue in Studio City, California. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bath at 880 square feet. This is another one where they just used the outside and everything else was filmed on a soundstage. And it is currently valued at $1.7 million.
Holy moly. 1 bedroom, 1 bath?
Yeah.
That's like a guest house for somebody, isn't it?
Right. And the pictures online you can see on Zillow, like, doesn't even have a finished kitchen.
What?
It looks like something that would be in like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment.
So in the show, did it show it just as a 1-bedroom, or did they give it the feeling that it was multiple bedrooms?
Oh, no, it
and
was
all?
a full family that lived there with like
Oh.
3 kids. So
Yeah.
definitely not a 1-bedroom.
Crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't get that point either.
I feel like that's a house that looks in our area as well, doesn't it?
Kind of. It looks like it could be.
Yeah.
But it's giving off more like Sunbelt vibes.
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely Arizona with the gravel road and everything, or fill in there for the landscaping. I don't know that house either. Boy, I'm going to suck at this game.
This is the Breaking Bad house.
Oh.
Did you ever watch that show?
No.
Okay. So this is where Walter White lived with his family, but the actual house sits at 3828 Piermont Drive, northeast in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
It is a 4-bedroom, 1-bath house. It's 1,910 square feet and is $338,000.
Ah, not a bad price for that.
Right.
Awesome. Okay.
And I guess a lot of people go, and because they're fans of the show, they go and find this house. And so the current owners have put up, like, please don't come on our property signs.
Oh, yeah, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. No idea. That looks like it's a little townhome almost, but is this the garage or is this like a backyard entrance? That's interesting.
On the movie, it is a garage.
I don't know that one.
Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
That's actually sits in London.
Oh.
And it is on the movie 4 Privet Drive. It's a 3-bedroom house. It was recently up for sale, and I couldn't find how many bedroom or bathrooms it has. Apparently, they don't put that in listings in London, but I've never, been to a showing over there. It actually sits 40 miles outside of London.
Yeah.
And the actual address of it is 12 Picket Post Close.
Interesting. Interesting.
And when it sold, it was listed for 475,000 British pounds, which equals to about $620,000.
Which probably sounds like it's about normal for that market and everything. So not
Yeah.
too crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So that's the one that's out of the area, out of the U.S.
That's the only
huh?
one that's out of the U.S. in this
All
group.
right. Oh. Boy, you found a game I really suck at, huh? I think I've watched a lot of TV over time, but I
This
don't
is like
really.
a 90s show.
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, that's really going back then.
So this house sits at 251 North Bristol Avenue in Los Angeles. It's 6,438 square feet. It's 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and is currently valued at $9.7 million.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So no excuse. That's a show I watched.
Okay, here's another old school one. And I feel like this is the hardest one.
Oh, boy, that looks like a house I've shown here too.
It's a movie.
Okay.
I think it's one of Jennifer Aniston's first. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's Ferris Bueller's Jennifer Aniston. No, Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey.
Yeah. If you'd have said Jennifer Grey, I'd have known.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
I have my wrong Jennifers. Anyway.
Ferris Bueller's, I feel like they didn't show the front porch like that, though. Like, I don't remember that part in it.
Yeah, I don't either, but.
Because that's where the principal came to the door, and it was like, maybe. Now I have to watch the movie again.
Right. So this one sits at 4160 Country Club Drive in Long Beach, California. It's 4,900 square feet. It's 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. And it's valued at $2.5 million.
That seems undervalued. Yeah.
For
crazy.
7
bedrooms.
bedrooms. But
Yeah.
with a 4,900 square foot house and 7 bedrooms, like, they were probably small bedrooms.
Yeah, yeah. Well, even if you remember Ferris Bueller's bedroom, it was small. So
was
maybe
small,
they
yeah.
did that one. Did they do that live?
I don't know. I couldn't find that.
That would be interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have no idea on this
This is
one.
one of my favorite movies.
So it's a movie.
Yep. And in the movie, he restores it for her.
Okay. So will he restores it for
Yeah,
her?
So in the movie, he restores it for her.
This isn't that show enough, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, that one where he goes and knocks on the door and
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
I want to buy the
yeah.
house.
I wanna
And
buy the
They're like,
house.
it's not for sale. And he's like, how much? Everything's
Yeah.
for sale. So I actually know somebody that did that to their house in this area.
Yeah.
That's how they got it. They just went up, knocked on the door and said, hey, we want to buy your house, like sight unseen on the inside. Anyway, so back to this one. It's The Notebook.
Oh,
where
really?
Noah Calhoun redoes. And it
Oh,
actually,
wow.
I couldn't find a price on what this one cost, but they said it would be about $12,000 per day.
To rent it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's 4,255 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. It sits at 204 Martins Point Road in Wadmala Island, South Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it sits on a plantation, and it's one of 18 homes.
I should have you tell me like the state where this stuff is, but
Oh,
I guess
yeah. Okay, let's do that to see if we get some more.
I might have been able to get us there.
All right. And the next one. We have 4 left.
Okay.
Chicago. And it's very appropriate for the time period that we're in. December. Christmas.
So Home Alone.
Yes, you got one. It says at 671 Lincoln Avenue in Winnetka, Illinois, which is a little north of Chicago.
Yeah.
And I've actually been by it, and it's
Oh.
pretty cool. And it is currently pending for sale for $5.25 million.
Ah.
It's 9,126 square feet.
It's big.
At 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
So that's actually not a bad price for that size of space then outside of Chicago.
In the area, yeah.
For sure.
And it's almost in like
Hey, I got that one.
Oh, you did. Point for you. It's almost in like a school town, because I think like Northwestern is really close.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
All right.
That's good. Feel good
We're
about that one.
Back to California.
Oh, that looks like, there's a couple that come to mind. And I think sometimes they use the same structure in some of the homes. Like you see it in a show and then you see it maybe in a movie.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen that happen.
Yeah. This is a movie.
So my first thought was Mrs. Doubtfire.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
With Robin Williams. Rest in peace. It's at 2640 Steiner Street in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. It's 3,300 square feet, and it's valued at $4.9 million.
I would expect that to be more money, actually.
Really?
Yeah, especially because of the area, because I've been by this one. I mean, it's a really nice area and everything, so that's
Yeah.
unusual.
That was one of my favorite movies, too. Well, Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know a fun
Talent.
fact about him is he would hire like people that were local to whatever area they were filming in.
Yeah, I think that's a benefit to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so 3.
I think you'll know the next
Yay!
2. Definitely the last one.
Oh, that looks familiar.
This is in Indiana, but close to Illinois as well.
I don't know that Indiana
Actually,
helps.
I think it's set in Illinois. I think it's set in Chicago.
So that really looks familiar. No idea.
Roseanne.
Oh, really? Okay.
So this house actually just sold this past April of 2024. It sits at 619 Runnymede Avenue in Evansville, Indiana.
Okay.
And it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house at 2,360 square feet. And it sold in April for $230,000.
Wow, that's low. I feel like they actually filmed inside of that house and everything, didn't they? Or did they set that up as a
I
stage?
don't think
do you know?
so. I think it was a stage.
Interesting.
There's pictures of the inside of the house, and it doesn't look a thing like it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, people
But it
probably
was also
changed it.
filmed 30 years ago. So,
Oh my gosh, was it really?
yeah.
Holy moly.
30 years ago was like 1995.
Okay, we're done talking.
Here's the last one.
Oh, well, we know that one. That's Brady Bunch.
Correct. The Brady Bunch house sits at 11222 Dilling Street in Studio City, California. And it just sold in September of 2023 for $3.2 million. And the lady that bought it is actually renovating the inside to look like the TV show. And it's going to be on like HGTV or something,
Yeah,
or if it
yeah.
hasn't been already. And it is actually a 5-bedroom, 5-bath house. We went by this when we were in California, and it's smaller than I thought. Like when they film it, I think they use like a wide angled lens
And make it-
because
yeah.
it looked like it would be really long, like maybe on a double lot or something, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, because if you remember, I feel like they went outside this way and were playing in the driveway then that was connected to the yard and everything.
Yeah,
so it was
and then
kinda,
it had like the garage
Yeah.
in the back
Yeah.
with the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so
you get that one. So
I
you
got 4 right. Yay.
4 out of 12. That's not bad.
I don't think that's a passing grade, but
33%. No, I just think it's really cool to see these houses.
yeah.
You know, like I know local to this area when they filmed Hillbilly Elegy, the book or the movie about the book of J.D. Vance's life in Middletown. They actually use like the street where he grew up and stuff. So I think it's cool when they use actual houses.
Yes.
And then you can see those later.
And the communities and everything, because I like that when, like you said, Robin Williams would hire local talent and everything. I really feel like that adds so much more authenticity to the story if you're in the small little town.
Yeah.
I know when I lived in Louisiana for a while, there were a couple of our towns that was used in movies and stuff, and they would just come and basically they buy out the area for a while and then they're there, and
Yeah.
it's like, it just really feels like you can understand and appreciate it a little bit more because you know it's
Yeah.
not just all fake.
Yeah, I know when I went to Chicago a couple times. Well, the first time we went to Chicago, we actually found, did you ever watch Shameless? We found all of the different filming locations because they had filmed all around Chicago. And so we just took the L
Yeah.
to the different locations. That's
Yeah.
how we saw the city. And I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
And then the Shameless house. And then, you know, a couple houses down was like B and Kev's house. And you could go and take pictures there and see it's all in like the same neighborhood. And one of the times that I went, they actually were filming The Chi in the same neighborhood, and they had all of the wires and the cameras and the lifts and all of that stuff. So I think that stuff's cool. It's what
Yeah.
I have forever. So
You did the positive celebrity style version of this, and I think we've talked about some of these houses that were negatively impacted by different events. So that'll be another episode that we'll pull some of those.
definitely murders. That's the other thing. When I travel, I go find houses that had famous murders in them.
Yeah, but that usually is negatively impacted by the market.
Right.
People aren't going to pay more for that house. You're
Yeah.
lucky to sell it,
So
usually.
if you have been to a house that was used in a movie or a TV show, like put a picture in the comments. We'd love
Yeah.
to see it.
Sure. Thanks. Thanks for joining us today on the Realty Podcast. If you enjoyed the knowledge and entertainment today, please subscribe and share with your friends. We will be embarking on a journey that bridges the gap between realtors and clients, uncovering the heart and tea of real estate.